played 11 one-score games over their last 14 contests dating back to last season. Tim, I want to start with you here. How concerned are you when it comes to the Chiefs?
I'm not concerned at all. They lost to two really good teams, two teams that are probably playoff teams, two of the best teams in the league. By the way, this happens. I think the Chiefs will continue to learn, grow, adapt. There's a lot of new players on the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will be absolutely just fine. By the way, in some of those losses, most of the plays went against them. What happens when that goes forward? Like the game they probably should have lost was against the Browns. They had a better chance than the other two, and so I think the Chiefs are just fine. They have way too much talent. You have Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, so many great players. I think they're going to bounce back and be totally fine.
Tim, have you been watching this defense? See, I know we in love with Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, my brother from another mother. I get all of that, okay? Let me tell you something. This defense is not good. They're second to last against the pass. They're second to last in points allowed. They're third worst in yards allowed. They can't really defend the run. The pass either. Don't get me started with their running defense. You can run all over them. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I look into the rest of the conference. I'm looking at the Chargers, they coming. I look at the Raiders, they coming, okay? We look at the Ravens, they're relevant. The Browns are relevant. I think if the Browns played them again right now, they might beat them. You look at Buffalo, they're there as well. Tennessee has gotten back on track. I'm just looking at it right now, and I know that Patrick Mahomes is great, and he could come and save the day. But when I measure the Chiefs, Tim, I'm thinking Super Bowl. And I'm thinking what happened to them in the Super Bowl. And what happened to them in the Super Bowl has been happening to them the first 3 games of the season.
So do you think that all those teams you named are better than the Chiefs right now?
I think right now a lot of their defenses are.
Yeah, that's defenses. That's not the team. But you also, let me ask you a question. When was the Chiefs' defense dominant?
They were never dominant, but damn, this is bad, Tim. This is a little worse than what we've seen now. Come on now.
It's also 3 weeks. Right? There's a lot of things that are going to change. When's the last time that what happened after week 3 was exactly what's going to happen after week 17? It's just not the case. Things are going to change. This defense is going to grow, and they're going to get better like they have every year. But they've never been a great defense. They've been opportunistic at the right time, at the right place, right? You've never seen when Patrick Mahomes has been there a defense where you've been like, wow, that's a stout defense. What they've been is at the right time on the fourth quarter, stopping teams from getting in the end zone, holding them to field goals, getting turnovers at the right time. That's who this team is, right? And to give Patrick enough chances to be able to get their shots because their offense has too much firepower. So this team is designed a little bit different than most other teams.
I also think it's a little bit of comfort because guess what? If I got Patrick Mahomes with Kelce and Hill and the crew, guess what? I don't have to prioritize defense as much as some other teams. Like, for example, I don't have to be the Chicago Bears. You know what? I'm not going to have to worry about being on the field too much to come to save the day because my offense can't do a damn thing. Or the Steelers, for that matter, the way their offense is looking right now. I know we're going to score some points. How does it
always go back to the Steelers?
Because I love my Steelers, Tim. That's why, and it hurts right
You know what I'm starting to learn about Tim Tebow as I'm getting to know him better each Friday? Why are you giving me that side eye?
What, Molly? What are you going to say?
Tim doesn't panic. Tim's calm. I think that's a superpower.
Oh, really?
He doesn't panic.
Oh, really? That's what we're doing now.
I never see him
That's
being
what we're doing now.
getting nervous, riled up, overly emotional, like some people. Stephen A., speaking of which, Philly, where you spend a lot of time, you probably have a lot of great memories there. Do you believe in Jalen Hurts?
No.
Okay. Do you want to expound on that?
I'm not going to say that I won't. To take words from Tim Tebow. I mean, since Tim Tebow can say, what looks at the way it looks in week 3 might look the way it totally different in week 17. I still want to Tim Tebow's lines, okay?
I don't know that I've ever talked like that, but I get it. I like it.
It may be that way, okay? Here's my issue. And I said this with Jalen Hurts when he was at Alabama. Even when he had a big-time season at Oklahoma, I still said it then. And I said it when he came into the NFL.
Okay.
I have no questions about him as an athlete. I have no question about his heart. I have no question about his moxie or anything like that. He belongs in the NFL. I'm happy for Jalen Hurts. And he seems to be a really, really good guy, man, and a leader. My issue with Jalen Hurts is his accuracy passing the football. And you have to be able to throw with accuracy to succeed at the quarterback position in the NFL. And to me, that's the question mark. Have I not thrown out that question about Lamar Jackson? Did I not throw out that question about Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Why would I not throw out that question at Jalen Hurts? That's my issue, and it's always been my issue.
Tim, I want to hear from you on this.
Listen, I agree with you, Stephen A. I think Jalen is a great young man. I think he's a hard worker. I think he's a good guy in the locker room. I think people respect him. I think people look up to him. I think at times Jalen can be very hot. Like week 1, he played very well. To me, it's not as much about accuracy as it is about Jalen in the pocket. You got to fire it. In the NFL, there are tight windows, and you got to let it rip. Sometimes bad things might happen, but you got to be willing to fire it. And a tendency he's had even from his freshman year at Alabama, if it's close, he's been different than Tua and Bryce Young now and all these other Alabama quarterbacks, Mac Jones. He's been that guy to just hold it a little bit. I think that's where he gets into trouble because he trusts his athletic ability a little bit more than he does staying in the pocket and letting it rip. I think if Jalen were to say,